Hello. Welcome to Let's All See Who the Eagles Play in the Super Bowl. Oh my gosh. Oh, vamp for a few seconds. For those of you that watch us back on a rebroadcast, I vamp a little bit here to let people file on in. We're watching the second half of the Kansas City Chiefs playing the Cincinnati Bengals. Score 13-6, Kansas City. Anyone's game. But yeah, I can't believe the Eagles are in the damn Super Bowl again. Shit. Let's go, Eagles. Let's go, Arch. Let's go. That's right. Let me do what I didn't do last week and bring the chat up on my phone because I can actually read that shit better. Mute that. There we go. All right. And live chat. Okay, there we go. I know nothing about American football. Am I welcome? Yes, you're always welcome. Anyone is welcome here. Jalen Hurts, Super Bowl MVP. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. I'll talk about the game in a little bit once more people file in. So I know people are going to be asking the same questions, and I'll be repeating the same shit. But I got a lot to say about today's game. Yeah, we'll get to that in a little bit. And Jesus, this light really whitewashes my white ass. Again, it's a notebook camera that we're going off of here, people. Okay. If Bengals in, Eagles winning, Chiefs, it'll be a tough game. Yeah. Hello, J-Man in Australia. J-Man 1980. Congratulations on going to your second Super Bowl, Eagles. Well, this is their fourth Super Bowl. This is the fourth Super Bowl the Eagles have been on in my lifetime. How many Cowboys fans can say that? I'm a simple man. When I see Arch fans going live, I click that shit. As you should. Discernment one. Christ, oh my gosh. Discernment crisis. Jesus. It only took me 400 times to say your name the correct way. Anyways, yeah, I gotta admit, I thought Patrick Mahomes was not going to be looking anywhere near decent. Or well, I thought he's gonna look decent, but he's looking a lot better than I thought he was. I mean, I know his ankle is shot up to all hell, and you can't feel much, but I thought with him not having the mobility car as an option, I thought that the Cincinnati was going to be swarming him a lot more than they are and containing his passing ability. But it's a game. It's a game. Anyways, I'll wait for some more people to come on in here, and then we'll chit chat about the Eagles. And hold on. Okay. Bengals defense is always much better second half. Well, we'll see. We'll see. This is going to be another huge statement game for Joe Burrow. If he beats Patrick Mahomes 4 times in a row, like there might not be any other point in Patrick Mahomes' career that he gets beat by the same quarterback 4 times or same team, whatever. I don't care if they switch quarterbacks or not. The same team 4 times in a row. To everyone who always discredits the Eagles and think they're frauds, keep it up. All that negative energy has only motivated this team to succeed. Win-win. Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. And they made a big statement today. They've given up 2 touchdowns to 2 teams in the playoffs. Like that's pretty big. That is pretty big. And I know people are going to be like, oh, calm down, man. The Brock Purdy got hurt in the first drive of the game and all that stuff, but it's the defense was making big stops on the Eagles today and getting them short fields and just still not putting up points. But anyways, I'll get into my Eagles breakdown here in a little bit. Greetings from Ireland. Welcome. Do you know the OSW blokes? Do you have a Sweets Press Stoic 96? Stoic 96. Hey, do you know what? Do you guys want to play a game of guess what? Guess what happened in 1996? I'll answer it. Well, no, someone will get it. What significant thing happened in 1996? We'll see. We'll see who the first diligent Archfiend fan here is the first to get what significant thing to the realm of Archfiend happened in 1996. All right, Joe, let's see here. I'm calling a touchdown on this drive. I think Cincinnati's just itching to come out hot here on offense. Boom, first down, marching already. Could you give us a hint? Yeah, it's Archfiend related. Yes, not the Cowboys won in 1996. It's the last time the Dallas Cowboys won a Super Bowl. So if Stoic Black from Ireland, if you were born in 1996, you were born in the year that the Dallas Cowboys last won a Super Bowl. Wow. Good defense on 2nd and 1, KC. Holy shit is that? Okay. 1896. That's a good. Yes, Jason, that is correct. Are you going to make a full video on the Eagles? Yeah, I'm gonna make a full video breaking things down, talking about what it is. After we obviously get the winner of today's game, talk about how I feel that matchup's going to be, etc. I mean, I can tell you right now, I think the Eagles' toughest out was the 49ers, but the caveat to that was that they had a fully functional quarterback in the game, and it's hard to say the Eagles had a fully they were playing against a fully functional quarterback during that entire game. But I still think they made a huge statement today, and we'll get into that in a second here. I just want to see what Cincinnati does on this drive. If they come out to punch KC right in the mouth right away, I think that tips the entire tide of the game to Cincinnati right here. Final Fantasy VII. Who's the tougher matchup in the Super Bowl? Oh wait, that's part of your game. That was part of your question. I was like, the hell does Final Fantasy VII have to do with the Super Bowl? Detroit Pistons Final Fantasy VII would like to ask, for those of you who haven't heard it yet, who's the tougher matchup in the Super Bowl? I mean, I would say Cincinnati. Look at Joe Burrow, man. I would say Cincinnati, but I think Mahomes is looking good on that bum ankle, and he's not going to look worse in the Super. I mean, unless he gets tackled or re-injures the ankle in today's game. Well, Kansas City is playing shit defense on stopping these runs up the gut. This is the second one this drive that they just let go right up the gut and do what they wanted. Anyway, since you're hungry, yeah. Well, they were hungry last year too, and we all know what LA did to them. But anyway, I mean, even though it was anyone's game, Super Bowl, it's not like they got blown out. All right. After this drive, we'll talk about the Eagles here. If Eagles fly, are you furious to the NFL? What happened to DeMar Hamlin? After what? Well, I was furious. Not furious. That's if you want to go that far, but that the game wasn't called immediately once they had CPR being administered to a guy that was literally dead at the time. thinking that, well, okay, let's give an hour to think things over here and see if these guys want to play. Like, that's the only thing I was really disgusted by. I'm intrigued by the Kelsey brothers Super Bowl storyline. Yeah, that's going to be a hell of a podcast leading up to the Super Bowl and after and all that. Whoa, Strange Scott. What are you doing here? Would you quit your job tonight? Strange Scott, for those of you who don't know, he values his job more than coming to my live shows. Tell you, some people. Anyways, Rocky statue curse real. Thank you for bringing that up. Because I got two things to say about the Rocky curse thing here. For those of you who don't know, some San Francisco 49ers fans did what the stupid ass Minnesota Vikings fans did and put their jersey on the Rocky statue. We all know what happened to the Vikings after they did that. They got 38-7, just like how the Giants got 38-7. Well, it's a little less of a factor. The 49ers got 31-7. The other thing I have to say about that is, who in Philadelphia is letting that shit happen? Like, are they all just like tourists from out of town going like, oh, look at that. People from San Francisco are putting the opposing team's jersey on the Rocky statue. Man, I thought Philly was tough. Who the hell in Philly is walking down past the art museum and letting that shit go on? Like, damn, man. There's some people that will crack skulls over seeing shit like that happen. Anyway. So yes, the Philly, the Rocky. I welcome anyone to put their opposing team's jersey during an NFC Championship game in Philadelphia. Put your jersey on Rocky, by all means. Please do it. Okay, Eagles got handed that game, pal. Okay, are you talking about today's game? That vaunted defense. That number one defense in the league, they gave up 31 points. Is that the one you're talking about? The Eagles got handed today? Yeah, okay. yeah, that claim holds a lot of water. At least they didn't just keep playing after it happened. Unlike a certain wrestling event. Yeah. Speaking of Hamlin, the only thing I could say, CNJ Dev, about the wrestling thing is they didn't know Owen, like that's the only ounce of latitude I will give Vince McMahon, is they didn't know right then and there that Owen Hart was dead after that happened. Because like a lot of the guys in the locker room, they honestly they didn't know till word got back from the hospital that he was passed away, that he had actually passed away. But still, it was still tasteless. Like there was a big, oh shit. Touchdown for days right there. Jeez. Professor Henry Higgins. Any My Fair Lady fans out there? No? Okay. Damn, that was beautiful. Shit. Okay, we'll get into the Eagles here in a second here. I kind of went off on a tangent on the guy that imagine all the kids that saw it live. Yeah. I'm not a huge Eagles fan or anything, but if I walked around and I saw an opposing team's jersey on the Rocky statue, I'd rip it off. Yeah, for really. T-Bag Higgins. It's so horrible. Dark Side of the Ring episode, Owen Hart. I've seen that. Yes, that is a good recommend. So about the Eagles game today. Like, as far as what the defense did, like, yeah, if you're facing the team's fifth string quarterback, you better give up a maximum of one touchdown. So I don't got any much criticism about what the Eagles defense did. They did what they had to do. Johnson is a guy that was in no way ready for that sort of position. And, he's been a half-ass quarterback bounced around the league for how many years now? 15th season, I think it was. Anyway, the second Brock Purdy went out of that game, I was like, I never felt like I never get cocky or arrogant at the beginning of the game, but I was texting people. I was like, there is absolutely no way the Eagles lose this game, other than like Jalen Hurts getting injured or like cataclysmic injuries on defense or something like that. And like the second that happened, I was just like, we lost any chance of this being a good game. Like I was like, this game is going to be a blowout. And my wife was even saying, like, don't get so cocky. And then the Christian McCaffrey had that touchdown to tie the game up. And like, see, don't get cocky. I'm like, there was so many cataclysmically luck after luck after luck after, like, even the touchdown, like Christian McCaffrey, one of the best running backs in the game, but man, it is so lucky that he didn't get tackled on 3 different plays on that drive. Again, credit to him because he battles through. He busts ass. He's one of the toughest guys to bring down. But it was still a relatively lucky touchdown. But anyways, the one thing that I have to say that, you know, all that being aside and being not much of an offense because you have a 5th string quarterback in the game, and then Purdy comes back in with a bum elbow. He can't even throw the ball beyond 5 yards down the field. So I'm just like, well, the Eagles are going to scheme against the rush the whole game. They're just going to get smothered up on this defense is just going to smother up San Francisco. And that's exactly what happened. The one thing I will say that was by far the biggest absolute contributing factor into who won and who lost in that game was how shit piss poor that 49ers defense was. And I'm not talking about like not making plays. I'm talking about penalties. There are numerous drives where the Eagles drive ended multiple times. That's just some dumbass penalty extended the drive. Where it's like, oh, Eagles got a punt. Shit. Oh, flag. Oh, first down. Ah, shit. But they got stopped in the next 3 plays. Oh, flag. Another first down. Same drive. There's like multiple times that happened. If you're going to be the number 1 defense in the league and your team's quarterback gets injured in the first quarter, you have to play that much more strict. You can't all of a sudden have one of your worst penalized games of the season. Like, that's unacceptable. And that's what I think stole this from being a good game more than anything else. Like, I was mind blown of the stupidity of the penalties. It's not like some of them were ticky-tack calls. They were stupid, legit shit that the San Francisco 49ers were committing on defense. Like that, the drive before the second half that led to the second touchdown, because there was a turnover that led to another touchdown right before halftime, that led to the second touchdown for the Eagles. The Eagles got stopped on that drive 3 times, and all 3 times a 49ers penalty extended the play. Like, they just handed them points. And then your quarterback fumbles the ball, gets stripped, and the Eagles get another touchdown before halftime. Like, any chance that the 49ers had to be competitive was to get the Eagles off the field on that second touchdown drive they had. All they had to do was get them off the field. Instead, they scored the touchdown, and then there's a minute and change left. Eagles forced that turnover right before half. Now it's 21-7. That's game. That's game. And it was all on the 49ers defense. So I don't want to hear a shit about, oh, the Eagles had such an easy pass. They had to play a 5th-round quarterback. They played a team that was demoralized after that. No, the 49ers defense choked. They picked their worst defensive performance of the game, and they didn't deserve to win because of that. That was a disgrace. If I was a 49ers fan, I would be disgraced at the defense that took on the field. That defense that held Dallas to 12 points. What are you going to say? Were they all injured? They gave up 31 points to the Eagles. Shit. That number 1 defense talk out of here. They deserve to be going back home. That's the thing. That's the thing that pissed me off more than anything else. Is like, I want to see a good game. I want to see my team win. I want to see a good game. But man, I was watching some of the dumbest defensive play from a team, especially at that level. To be in the NFC Championship, it's like, damn, man, tighten up. Shit. Anyways, that's my thought on the game Jalen Hurts, he didn't do anything special, but then again, the defense did a lot to stop him when they weren't busy screwing up. And oh my God, Mahomes is just getting worse and worse. Like, oh, anyway, all right. Yeah, like Jalen Hurts, I didn't see anything special except for a few runs. And another thing about the San Francisco defense is, man, they played some of the most sore loser ball at the end of that game today. That late contact out of bounds of Jalen Hurts when he scrambled for a first down, the little scrum at the end of the game where you had the double ejection. It's like, man, look at this scoreboard, you sore loser bitches. Like that just, like, I thought they were better than that. And that's the thing that got me worried into the game. And to all the people out there in Philly that were confident in the game, you guys were right. You guys were right. They're the ones that got their shit pushed in. And that defense is the one that got pushed around more than anything else. That's the thing about this game. Coming into it was this defense is the real deal. That defense got pushed around and made stupid ass plays. Like, you can't be a good defense. And the 49ers had 11 penalties today. You're going to come into an NFC Championship game and get 11 penalties? You suck. Anyway, that was an infuriating. I would be just so furious if I was a 49ers fan. Oh my God. All right. Anyways, let me backtrack as I kind of ignored the chat here for a while here. Hopefully if there's a 49ers fan in here, please sound off. Please sound off, and because I know it's disappointing seeing Purdy go out right away. So you're already kicked in the dick. But man, you've got to be super pissed with how your defense played today. And just the amount of unnecessary, undisciplined play. Hassan Reddick outplayed Bosa and had a better season than Micah Parsons. Say it, yes. San Francisco was frustrated. Yep, stupidity is unreal. Super frustrated. Hassan will be Super Bowl MVP to make up for being disrespected. Yeah, I can live with that. Unbelievable. Not to mention all the fights their players were starting. I think once Purdy sat out the rest of the game with his elbow injury, the 49ers had a combination of losing their composure and fell into a nervous breakdown. Yeah. But again, if that's what you fall into and the game isn't out of reach, then you don't deserve to win. You deserve to take a 31-7 plane trip back home. That's the thing. That's the thing that like this is a team that's, been in the NFC Championship game 3 out of the last 4 seasons. Like, act like you've been here before. Act like you've been to a Super Bowl recently. Like, damn, man. They play like complete bitches. Congrats to your Eagles. Thank you, Brennan Doherty, for that $2 contribution to the Archfiend Diaper Fund. Archfiend Baby Diaper Fund. My diapers cost way more. Thank you for the congratulations. Damn. Yes. Greenlaw trying to punch the ball out. trying to furiously punch it out. He tagged him like 5 times. We all just want good competitive game for real. Yeah. And we got anything but that. Absolutely anything but that. The 49ers had an excuse as far as losing, but as far as getting blown out, I'm completely right. Thank you. That's the thing, man, is that I was nervous. I was nervous going up to that Eagles second touchdown that made it 14-7. I was nervous because I was like, San Francisco defense is keeping them in this game. Like, you never know. You never know if there's a pick six that's going to happen, Sanders fumbles or something like that. That's why the defense has to play to win it. And just that drive was atrocious. Like, I've never been more convinced the game was over at 14-7, seeing how many stupid-ass penalties that defense committed. Like, shit. That was just mind-blowing. Like I said, they were super frustrated. They were all pissy. Yep. Sore ass losers. Very, very disappointing. More like the 40-winers. What defense? They gave up after Purdy got hurt. Technically, I would say no to that. They gave up after that second Eagles touchdown. The defense stopped the Eagles. It was like three drives in a row before that second touchdown. And that's when I was just like, the Eagles aren't doing anything. They aren't moving the ball well. Oh, shit. And the Eagles didn't even move the ball well on that second touchdown. I would love to see the stats on that drive. I think maybe the Eagles got 25 yards on that drive, and the rest were penalties on the 49ers. But anyway, Niners and Vikings, biggest frauds of the season. No, the Giants and Vikings are the biggest frauds of the season. Niners just gave up. Like, that defense just gave up. They just said, we're not about this this victory life. 49ers fans are more angry at refs for the calls. Are they really? I was going to say, I don't know if that's a thing, but are they really? Because that's the thing. Like I said earlier, like, I know when you get ticky-tack calls, how frustrating it is. But they were legit penalties. They were just legit dumb shit penalties being committed. What's weird is the starter for the 49ers was not only a rookie, he was Mr. Irrelevant in the last draft. Yeah, he was the literal last person picked in the draft. Like, yeah. Sore loser mindset reminds me of Michael Crabtree shoving Richard Sherman a few years ago in the final of the NFC Championship game after Sherman tried to shake his hand. Yeah, that's spot on. Sorry-ass player like Crabtree trying to cover me. And then Sherman cut the best wrestling. There you go. I just quoted it. And then Sherman cut the best wrestling promo I'd heard in over a year. Yep. And I was going to say another thing, too, is that first touchdown that the Eagles got, Devontae Smith did not catch that ball. That shit was loose on the ground, but it was a good heads up to huddle up and hike it. That's part of the game. Hey, if you want to finesse the guys before they get a chance to see it, hey, shit happens. But he still didn't catch that ball, but oh well, it didn't matter. Take the touchdown off the board. Anyway. Hi, Arch. Glad you're doing commentary again, if briefly. You're welcome, Ron Waters. Purdy should have just chanced it and went back into the game sooner. Taking himself out like that was very Jay Cutler-esque. But here's the thing, final flashes, he had no throwing ability. Like, even when he came back, they didn't have him throw the ball more than 5 yards at any point. Like, they couldn't trust him. Like, he probably had no sort of power and accuracy left. He's ineffective. Like, he's an ineffective quarterback at that point. You can't have someone like that throwing the ball. That Philly defense would have ate him up and pick sixed him back to San Francisco. Hurts looks like a more poised McNabb. Yeah, he does. I mean, he didn't look phenomenal today, but again, he faced a better defense than he's going to be facing in any of these two teams. And that's not saying that Kansas City and Cincinnati are slouches. Specifically Cincinnati, I fear them more defensively than KC right now. Didn't really know what he is doing yet. Sorry, I don't know what that was in reference to. Eagles' weakest position is honestly tight end, and Goddard is still good. And Goddard, I mean, he might have got the ball one or two times today. I mean, not that the passing was much of anything to anyone today. Third or fourth year Purdy probably doesn't take himself out like that. Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, if your elbow's junk, your elbow's junk on your throwing arm. You can't overcome that. I don't care who you are. It could have been his starters a future on the line. JS Smooth D with the $4.99 contribution to the Archfiend diaper. Said it again. Archfiend Children's Diaper Fund. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Sixers. 10, 9, 8, 76ers. Pelicans for Super Bowl. You got it, JB Smooth. JB Smooth, the Ottawa Senators fan of the group here. I'm talking about me and Jay Smooth and I are having an inside conversation that only us get. That's great. Very captivating. I'm not going to lie. If Kansas City wins this game, I like Philly's chances. But if Cincy wins, I don't. CNJ Dev, I would agree with that. I like the chances better against KC. But then again, I thought San Francisco was going to give them a game. Anyway. Slap shot, 1-9, in a lot of numbers. I hope Purdy doesn't have the sophomore slump next season. What will my Niners do about Trey Lance and Jimmy G in the offseason? That's the thing, slap shot, is they traded wasn't it like multiple first rounders to be able to get Trey Lance? I mean, the Eagles traded a lot to get Carson Wentz. They kicked him to the curb. Granted, it wasn't in his second season. By the way, shout out to all the Carson Wentz loyalists out there. How you doing? Shout out to all them boys out there. How you doing? God, Jalen Hurts is in a Super Bowl. He should call up Dak Prescott and ask him what that's like. Oh, sorry. He should call up Carson Wentz and tell him what's that. Oh, sorry. Well, technically, Carson Wentz was on the sideline with his team. But anyway. Yeah. Couldn't believe the coach didn't challenge the Devontae call after he tried to hurry up. I think that, honestly, it was – I thought it was a catch when I saw it in real time. And unless you got that one, there is only one camera angle where you clearly saw like, oh shit, that ball did roll out when it hit the ground. You can't waste a challenge that soon. That's the problem. It's that early in the game. And unless you see something immediately right away, you don't challenge that early. You got to see something very convincing. But yeah, they should have challenged, but hindsight's always 20/20. It was still a great catch. Yeah. That's the thing, man. Zombie Hunter's right. Like, that was a great catch. That one arm extension, the leap, and like that's why he got drafted where he was too. And it's crazy that we got two wide receiver threats that are number ones, and that's why I think they're gonna stand a chance against any one of these teams. Is the pass rush from either of these teams isn't as good as San Francisco's, and if you're giving Jalen Hurts more time to find more opportunities to get, that's a sack, by the way, to get the ball to AJ or Devonta. Let's get to the game and see what happens. Anyways, the Cowboys are the biggest fraud each season. No, they're not. They're predicted to win the Super Bowl, and Super Bowl favorite can't be a fraud. I really wanted to see Run DMC play more quarterback once the quarterbacks went down. Why did I say Run DMC? That makes absolutely no sense to see Run DMC play quarterback. Considering one of them is dead, that really makes it awkward. But yes, Christian McCaffrey. I only saw one time where they had him lined up at quarterback, but I really thought they were gonna make him play quarterback, but they really should have had Run DMC at quarterback. Jesus Christ, Archfiend can barely read anymore. His eyes are shit. I will not lie about that. You were ahead of your time with the AVGN predictions. Thank you. Yes, I know. I hear that constantly. Well, that's a touchdown from a one-legged quarterback. Shit. Let me see. I was looking down. I missed the whole play there. Let me see what the pressure was. What happened? His ass got burnt, judging by his expression. Oh man! Talk about a millisecond late to the party. Shit! his hand must have been maybe 2 inches away from getting that ball before it was in for a touchdown. Who the hell threw something at the ball when it was getting kicked through? Did you guys see that? It looked like a roll of toilet paper came through, unless it was a bird. They almost hit the damn ball on the extra point attempt. That was a hell of a shot. I would have. Hold on. Let me rewind that, because they would have had to have thrown that from the side of the field. Let me see that. I want to see exactly what that was. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that guy threw something from the crowd. I was watching him. He was sitting in the crowd. He threw something at the ball when it was going through the net. And he almost hit the damn ball. Shit. Where was he at the San Francisco game today? He could have played. Anyway. Big ups. Loved you forever. Thank you, Ravens Dolphin. Is that your two your two NFL affiliated teams? The Bengals and Chiefs are tied. No longer. I'm just going to, anytime I see CMC, I'm just going to say Run DMC from now on. Run DMC trade cost 49ers multiple picks. Jalen Hurts eventually wins a Super Bowl, I think, hopefully in Philly. Oh, that's just, don't say he goes somewhere else. That could be the Cowboys. Anyways, are they still dem boys? I guess so. Once Trey Lance plays consistently, people will see he's no better than Zach Wilson. Ouch! That's a woo! You drop the bar to the bottom of the gym barbell rack. Whoa! Shit! Yikes! CRM Drifter. That's them's fighting words in San Francisco. LOL, but I can't believe the Jets actually hired Nathaniel. I saw that. Yes, I actually saw that as their OC. Can't wait until Patrick Starr roasts Aaron Rodgers now. We came a long way from Jalen Reagor and Nelson Aguilar. Holy shit, did we ever, man. And Y.A. Barber, man. Okay, we got to have the Howie Roseman portion of the video here. I will never call for Howie Roseman to be fired again. Never question one of his picks. This is the guy who, when we had Carson Wentz signed up to a lucrative contract the year before, they go out the next season and get Jalen Hurts in the second round. For whatever reason, Howie Roseman was the only guy that said, I think this guy may flake out on us. Let's get a quarterback to potentially replace him just in case. That is probably going to be seen as one of the most, if Jalen Hurts ends up winning the Super Bowl, him drafting Jalen Hurts over a potential flake case in Carson Wentz is going to be seen as one of the biggest, colossal, big brain moves in the franchise's history. And that's all on Howie Roseman. Howie Roseman drafts Jalen Reagor, drafts any number of these wide receivers that bust. And it's like, okay, now you're going to try this Devontae Smith guy. Okay, now you're going to trade to bring A.J. Brown here. He'll probably have the worst year of his career. And both these guys hit after he failed time and time again in the draft, picking these wide receivers, and he just stuck with it. He said, no, this time I'm going to get it. I know you guys hate me for not taking Justin Jefferson, but this time I'm going to get it. This Devontae Smith guy is real. Howie Roseman's king of the world. He's on the front of the Titanic with arms wrapped around Leonardo DiCaprio screaming, I'm the king of the world. That's what Howie Roseman is. Anyways. Did Eli Apple get burned again? Oh, I can't wait to read Eli Apple's Twitter if the Bengals lose. Anyway, those of you who don't follow, the smack talk that this guy drops is just legendary. As long as he's winning. A roll of toilet paper for real. Yes. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I got to catch up with you guys here. I'm sorry if I'm skipping some of the comments you guys left. The Kelsey Super Bowl. Yes. I am kind of rooting for that. That is going to be a sight to behold. And again, the podcasts leading up to that and after that are going to be a sight to be here. If be here is a word. Archfiend, I have watched your videos, especially NFL ones, for years. Shout out to you for continuing your content creation. Good luck in the Super Bowl from a Colts fan. I'll be watching. Thank you. Action Jackson live. Yes. And he turned Carson Wentz into AJ freaking Brown. I know, and that's crazy in that. Then we got a first-round pick from the Colts. Oh, and sorry, Action Jackson. We got a first-round pick from the Colts for Carson Wentz on a one-year project for the Colts. They ended up just throwing him out because he choked in a final game of the season against the Jags. Oh, a love hug on the sideline there. Yeah, just, oh my God, the things that went wrong and went wrong during Carson Wentz's time after the Super Bowl, after Super Bowl 52, and how much they went right. Like, to think that this team was in a Super Bowl, had a quarterback that turned into a complete head case, had a coach and a quarterback that weren't talking to each other. They get rid of the quarterback. They get rid of the head coach. They bring in this new guy, some assistant from the Colts. Everyone's like, who the hell is this guy? This goofy talking guy talking about flowers growing and shit during press conferences. This guy's in a Super Bowl, his second year coaching in the league. The guy that no one was considering on the radar as a head coaching prospect. And Howie Roseman's the guy that brought him here. Howie Roseman's the guy that drafted Jalen Hurts. He drafted Devontae Smith. He got A.J. Brown here on a draft night trade. Like, shit, man. Just build the damn Howie Roseman statue already. What the hell are they waiting for? Take down Rocky. Put Howie Roseman statue there. Right now. I don't even care. He made it to another Super Bowl. Shit. Thank you, Bill Bones. Great speech. From Eagles fans. Thank you, Colts, for the first round pick and Nick Sirianni. Yes. Well, Wentz choked against both the Raiders and the Jags. Yeah. CNJ Dev says ED and a person we won't speak, Voldemort, won't be going to this Super Bowl. He's having kidney failure and stuff. Yeah, I still wonder if that's even real, but probably is, given the state of his life and being. My Eagles plus Chiefs money line about to hit cash money. Well, then why aren't you donating to the Archery Baby Diaper Fund? Anyway, before it happens, this is going to be our year. Yes, Mika, I hope it is. I hope you're talking to hope you're not a Cowboys fan talking about, no, this next season is going to be our year. Oh man, I could just imagine how much it sucks for a Cowboys fan going like, oh damn, we got to watch another NFC East team make it to another freaking Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes is the shit. Has anyone ever doubted that? By the way, like this guy is just dropping in cherries where cherries can't be dropped. Shit, man. God, this guy just 1 foot and he just. It's the same Pat Mahomes. What is this? What knucklehead busted up this? What a stupid ass play. How the hell is your guard going to get a taunting penalty after a 25-yard reception? You stupid bitch. What did he do? You stupid ass. What a dumb. See, this is like the dumb shit. Like, granted, the 49ers didn't exactly do taunting plays, but that's the dumb shit that costs you a game. Yeah, that wasn't a catch. Wow, that just build the statue already. Yes. Everyone said that Dougie P was a joke when he was hired and he won the Super Bowl in his second year. History has a way of repeating. Yeah, I know, man. I know. Poor Cowboys. Said no one ever. Peterson made the Jags not terrible again. Yeah. He should have, instead of like the MAGA hat, he should have like a teal Jags hat said, made the Jags better again. And Doug Peterson, well, actually, Doug Peterson, it'd be a visor if it was Doug Peterson wearing it. And only he could wear it because it would say, made the Jags better again. You see the Empire State Building lit up in Eagles colors? Giants fans in shambles. Pat Mahomes is a monster, yes. How long have they been playing in the no fun league now? What does live chat? Oh yeah, that's a good question. Metal Concert Corner would like to know, what does live chat think of Frank Reich going to the Panthers? I think that's a solid addition. Big fan of Frank Reich. Oh, there you go. See, you never know without that taunting call. Who knows? They might have punched the ball into the next play or two into the end zone because that taunting call backed them up back into Chiefs territory. Now you get dumb shit like this that happens. This is like the dumb shit that was happening today with the 49ers. Stupid penalty led to just points being taken off the board, and they're probably going to lead to points for Cincinnati now. Good. If I was Hubbard, I would hand the ball right to that guard that got that stupid-ass taunting call. I mean, here you go. Taunt this. Damn, Mahomes, what was that? Shit. Oh my God. Mahomes' face, he's like, oh shit. Woo, this game is a smell of karma working its way into fate here. Woo, Cincinnati. Don't look now. See, man, this is why I hate seeing teams do dumb shit penalties like that stupid ass taunting call. Because the Chiefs would have been at, what was it, like the 32-yard line where that reception was. Instead, they took it back at their 45. It's a completely different game set. You don't even know, like, Pat Mahomes might not be backing up to pass at that point in time. Anyway. This year is one for the books. How do you like our chances next season with the schedule we have? I posted that in the community tab on YouTube. I think they have, it was like, I want to say like 9 or 11, 9, 10, or it's a lot of teams that they play that made the playoffs this year that they have to face next season. Because like they got to play the Dolphins who made the playoffs. They got to play the Bills who made the playoffs. They got to play the Cowboys twice who made the playoffs. They got to play the Giants twice who made the playoffs. I'm trying to think who their other teams are. They play that made the playoffs. They play the Patriots who barely missed the playoffs. That's a big third down stop. That's a big third. Yeah, defense answered back for KC. That's a big third down stop. Frank Reich holds his ground. Arcade Machine 15. Players really don't know taunting isn't allowed in the no fun league. Yeah, I agree. It is the no fun league, but you gotta be smart enough not to do that shit. Like Andy Reid said, he's on the sideline pointing at that guy. Like, you gotta smarten up. Just don't give the refs a chance to call a taunting penalty like that. Is Mahomes a humanoid or a Muppet? Maybe a little bit of both. Mike McCarthy should be crying in his bathtub filled with Cheetos right now. That's a change up. I had macaroni and cheese last week. Tonight it's Cheetos. I can see that. I'm not American. I follow the NFL, but I don't get into details that much. Can somebody tell me what happened to Wentz? He was a star before the injury. Nobody could have predicted how he turned out. What I see it as is it's part of a couple things. Wentz came out, and before Super Bowl 52, here's a brief summary of Carson Wentz. All right. Before Super Bowl 52, Carson Wentz was literally pretty much a lock for the MVP of the league before he got injured. Because he got injured, his stats fell off, and Tom Brady surpassed him, and Tom Brady ended up getting the MVP and then went on to lose in Super Bowl 52. Anyway, when people get injured, sometimes they tend to be skittish, like they don't want to get hit like that again. Like he had major ligament tears in his knee, and getting that repaired, sometimes guys just don't play the same. But with Carson's, he still played relatively the same next season, but he turned into a head case. Like he got shook at the notion of being taken out of games or his play dropping off and throwing up interceptions. And it got to the point where you realize he was a mental cupcake, and him and the coach literally got to the point where neither was talking to each other. Like literally, when your coach and your star quarterback player aren't talking to each other, then one or both of you have to go. And he had the opportunity where Howie Roseman drafted Jalen Hurts. Carson Wentz handled, we got 4th and 6, and they're going for it. Hold on a second. We'll get to the Jalen Hurts part of the Carson Wentz story here in a second. Oh my God, what a gutsy call and play! Shit! In the double coverage. Eat a dick, Kansas City. Damn! Talk about drafting the right guy. Jamar Chase, there you go. Anyways, back to the Carson Wentz story. Carson Wentz on his second to final year here, his final season in Philadelphia. Before that season, in the second round, the Eagles drafted Jalen Hurts, a quarterback. The season before that, the Eagles just extended Carson Wentz on a huge, huge money-making contract. They locked him up for 5 additional years. So it's like, well, you just locked me up. Why are you drafting a quarterback anyways? Howie Roseman apparently was the only one in the room that knew this guy is a mental cupcake. Why he resigned him the previous season, I don't know. I can't explain that, and he might be the only guy that knows. But he saw something the season before that said this guy is not just – he just doesn't have the mental depth to handle the game at a high level. And he didn't run with the Jalen Hurts thing. Like, he had every chance to just shine. And it's tough because touchdown, Cincinnati, by the way. He started falling behind in all his stats. He was leading the league in interceptions, leading the league in lowest pass completion, and he had shit receivers. But Jalen Hurts came in for the final 4 games of that season and wasn't playing as bad. In fact, the first game that Jalen Hurts came in against was the New Orleans Saints, and he ended up winning the game. In the game that Carson Wentz got pulled in, the Green Bay Packers game, that Sunday night game, Jalen Hurts comes in the end of the game, and he gets like a touchdown or two, and he looks better than Hurts ever. I mean, he looks better than Wentz ever did in that game. And it just mentally shook him. that this guy is playing better on the same team that I had, and shit between him and Doug just got even worse and worse, and they grew apart from each other like bitter little high school boyfriend and girlfriends. And Howie said, hit the bricks, Junior. We're trading you to the Colts for a first-round pick. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. And the Colts played with him for a year, and they said, sorry, you just aren't that good. Have fun in Washington. And now Washington's like, sorry, you aren't that good here either. We're going to let this guy that came in and played backup quarterback for you while you were injured and then ended up playing weeks past your injury being healed. He's done. He's done. You might not see him start another game in the NFL at this point. But anyways, that concludes the Carson Wentz story. Anyway. I haven't seen Burrow look like this all year. Wentz went to the R word. Did Carson Wentz turn into Chris Everett? I don't know. Has he beat up any announcers yet and tried to tackle him? As a Giants fan, I find the Chiefs wide receiver core pretty familiar. The more injuries they sustain. When they aren't talking to each other, you know there's a problem. Jamar is unguardable. Jesus. Best wide receiver in the NFL. Yep. Chase is chasing a ring. Yep. Oh, shit. What a catch by Chase. Thank you for the explanation. Yes, you're welcome, Zeppelin 1801. Is that the year you were born? Because if it was, you might have seen the Dallas Cowboys win a Super Bowl. Who'd have thought North Dakota State isn't the perfect place to get starting quarterbacks? Thank you for bringing that up, CNJ Dev, because, look, I know next to nothing about college football because I don't watch it. I mean, I know maybe like just from seeing a few highlights and a few main names. But all of a sudden before the draft or during the end of that season, like this name Carson Wentz popped up as a top prospect and that the Eagles are going to like try and trade up for him and stuff like that. And I'm like, who is this guy? Why has he not been on the radar for months on end? What does he play for? And they're like, South Dakota. I'm like, what? Or North Dakota. I'm like, what? Some quarterback in North Dakota all of a sudden is hot shit draft prospect? How the hell? It just popped up out of nowhere. And all the pundits started talking to him about him. I'm like, did he have like a 6,000-yard game or something all of a sudden? Like what happened? Like he just popped up out of nowhere. And I'm like, my not knowing football eyes are just like, I don't know, man. If this guy is like legit, wouldn't he not be playing for like North Dakota State? Yeah, that's Mr. Not Knowing College Football telling you that. Future Texan Carson Wentz, by all means, go. Future Cowboy Carson Wentz, by all means. That way, oh boy, if that ain't a Christmas wish. Oh shit. Imagine if he went to the Cowboys and won a Super Bowl. Oh, oh God. Oh God. No, but seriously, like imagine like the strangest of strange worlds. Like that's like an episode of like like you wake up one day and like you realize you're in the Twilight Zone. Like you wake up and you find out that like Carson Wentz was like Tom Brady never existed. It's actually Carson Wentz. And you're like, what about Tom Brady? And like people are like, who? What are you talking about? Are you talking about Carson Wentz, that guy that won 6 rings? Tom Brady? What are you talking about? Carson Wentz, that guy from North Dakota. That's the only guy that's got the quarterback that's got 6 rings. What are you talking about? Like, feel free to steal that idea, Twilight Zone. Anyways, someone on Twitter who knows someone with the Eagles organization claims he wasn't a good leader. See the tweet in the link. I can believe that. Not that I know him personally, but many black people do you know in North Dakota? And I'll just leave it at that. Like, I mean, that's great. He's good on like his whole thing is like taking his guys out hunting on the team. It's like, how many rednecks do you got on the team that's going to appeal to? Anyway, not to bring race into this, but anyway, swap the nameplate on your Wentz jersey. Which team is Brady going to next season? The announce booth of CBS. He said something like, "You're sticking with that MFR," and I think he was thinking about Vegas before they stuck with Carr. JC Shade 3, what's up, man? Well, being from North Dakota, blah 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 blah. Well, being from North Dakota, there aren't a lot of black people here. I'd imagine not. I'm just saying, like, there's relatability factors, and being diverse in the number of people you've crossed paths with in your life helps you be a more hospitable and understandable person to everyone that you come across, and you interpret that however you want. Why did I almost just accidentally call Patrick Mahomes Carson Wentz? How the hell did Carson Wentz get that ball off and it actually got caught? Anyways, I think he was ruled down. But anyway. Oh, no, he wasn't down. Oh, it wasn't caught. I thought he caught that. His back was to the camera. LeGarrette Blunt said that Darren Sproles tried to fight Carson Wentz when he was upset about how good the team was with Foles. I don't doubt it. I've lived in New Jersey my whole life. I've been used to diversity since like middle school. What part of New Jersey are you from, CNJ Dev? I'm going to assume North Jersey since you seem to be a New Jersey Devils fan. I think Wentz was born in Pennsylvania, though. Yeah, but you grew up in Old Bridge, Central Jersey. Yeah, I know where that is. I grew up in Burlington. Sorry, wait, what was that? Yeah, I think Wentz was born. I mean, being born somewhere, but being raised somewhere is completely different. Like, because I could have sworn I heard like he was like 3 or 4 when he moved to North Dakota, but I could be misremembering it. Central Jersey, yes, and yes, it does exist. North Carolina, but once grew up in Bismarck. Yep, there you go. North Carolina, that's close enough to to North Dakota in, I guess, the style of life. The play was shut down by the cops. Jersey. I just made at least 4 of you yawn out there. And the more you think about it, the more your mind is going to be like, shit, I feel like I do have to yawn. I can't hold it back. Let me just yawn just to get the urge off my mind. Shit, yeah, you guys are yawning. Believe me. I got you. I own you now. Your souls are mine. For real, though, the Eagles are in the Super Bowl. Like, shit, man. That's just unbelievable, man. Like, Howie Roseman is going to go down as one of the greatest GMs of all freaking time. How the hell do you get a team, win a Super Bowl, blow the team up, new quarterback, new head coach, And 5 years later, you're back in a Super Bowl again. Not even 5 years. Well, yeah, 5 years. Yeah, technically. Yeah. Like, shit. It's just unbelievable. Like, there's so much about this I can't believe. And I am so fine. I'm so on cloud nine just from the fact that they are in the Super Bowl. Yeah, I wouldn't be letting. Why do I keep wanting to call him Carson Wentz? I wouldn't keep letting Patrick Mahomes getting wrapped up by the ankles. That's not going to warrant good results. Here we go. Dumb shit penalties turning the tide of the game. Here they go. Here's the San Francisco 49ers portion of the game. All right, Eli. Let's see what you did this time. Wow, Eli, you don't think they're going to call that? I mean, you had him wrapped around the neck. You pulled him. Then you pulled him by the jersey and grabbed him. Shit. I mean, there's only 3 different times they could have called you for a penalty there. That's shit. Now, see, like, what we're seeing here is, like, this is like what I expected the 49ers-Eagles game to look like, minus a quarterback on one leg. Like, I expected a slugfest, and you got anything but. You got a game that was over by halftime. Oh, look at that. All right. Oh, come on. Like, Kelsey, you're picking a hell of a time to not make an easy catch. Shit, he knows he gets that 99 out of 100 times, too. He's kicking himself more than anyone else. Damn, man, that puts you in 3rd and long, Kelsey. Like, that was a big pass to not get in your hands. Shit. All right. Stopping the action. Okay. Undisputed is coming to an end? Is that true? The show? I hope it does. It is the Brady Cowboy show. Yeah, not to mention that Shannon and Skip beef. Surprise! What about Shannon Sharp getting into it with the Memphis Grizzlies at the Lakers game the other night? Kim said, say to my face, step up to me. Like, shut up, bitch. Take your seat, and you're a fan. I don't care if you're a former athlete or not. Sit your ass down. That was he was such a punk. But will they do what the Phillies and Union couldn't? Like, it is spoiled time in Philadelphia. Like, I don't give a shit about soccer, but the Philadelphia Union were in the MLS finals. The Phillies took the Astros to 6 games in the World Series. The Eagles are in the Super Bowl. Shit, man, the Sixers just beat the Denver Nuggets, and Embiid clowned the shit out of Jokic in that game, too. Thank you for the $5 donation to the Archfiend Baby Diaper Fund, Jacob Donley. $5 because 5 will always love you. All right. Wait, so can anyone confirm, is the show Undisputed really being ending or canceled, whatever someone said? Because I think I picked up in the middle of a conversation. How stupid are the Cosby? Oh my gosh, is there a soccer discussion going on in here? Ew. This game has really gotten close to ref ball. Yeah. Hey, Arch, if I told you Vince Russo predicted the Phillies would win in the National League last year, would you believe it? I guess. I don't know. He says a lot of dumb things, and that was a dumb thing to say. No one saw that coming. But anyways, and then it happened. Who do you got winning the AFC Championship? Right now, like I can't tell you who has more momentum and better opportunity, because both teams, like this is a game that's probably going to overtime. Like, let's be real. Yeah, I mean, like CNJ Dev said, in my heart, I want Kansas City to win because there's more intrigue in the matchup, in that you have brothers playing against each other in the Kelsey brothers, and then you have the Eagles playing their former longtime head coach and Andy Reid, a guy that got the Eagles to a Super Bowl at one point. Like the storyline is just so much better. The Bengals, there's really not much else to it other than which young stud quarterback is going to stake his claim in the league. I think Cincinnati will win. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I judging by what I've seen, I couldn't tell you who I think is going to win. Like, I think it's just as much of a toss up as anything right now. Hey, Ars, did you watch any of the Royal Rumble last night? I honestly had no clue it was even on last night. I thought it was coming on tonight. And then I remembered, I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. The Royal Rumble comes on Saturdays. I have no clue who even won. I'm assuming Cody Rhodes won. If you want to tell me, I don't care if you spoil it, because I'm not going to watch it. But who won? And did Roman Reigns and Sami, whoever, why am I forgetting his name? Sami Zayn, did they fight? That's all. That's like all I know about WWE right now, is that Sami Zayn and Roman Reigns and the table crew. That's how little I know. I'm not even saying like the faction names correctly, or like beefing with each other. Oh, ouch. That's how you almost get an interception. That's how you almost get your legs broken. That's almost a lot of things. Whew. Cody won the Royal Rumble. Okay. KC versus Philly would be a high-scoring Super Bowl. It'd be like Super Bowl 52. Man, I couldn't live through another Super Bowl 52. That would just, oh my God, that would just, I don't know if that would be pleasurable. But then again, I'm looking at this like now through the eyes, like that's the thing. It's like I'm not so wrapped up in like oh God, will the Eagles finally win the Super Bowl? Now I'm just like, it's just a treat to be here. It's a treat to be in the freaking Super Bowl again. Like, damn, like I said, I already got laid. The team already made it to the Super Bowl and won it for me in my lifetime. That's all I really cared about. And now that they're back, hey, let's get spoiled some more. Let's get laid again. That's how I look at it. Oh my gosh. Did we just have a defensive end do a full cartwheel on the field? All right. Eagles have a really good defense. Thank you for that late-breaking bit of news. I remember after Super Bowl 52, I was wired with the Eagles winning and starting a new job after being unemployed for a year, then trying to watch this as us. Oh yeah, Jack Pearson died. That sucks. Oh, I was like, wait, what? I just got the train of thought there. I was like, Jack Pearson. I was like, who is that? It's the This Is Us that aired after it, right? I don't watch that show, so I didn't recognize the name. Damn. Oh, shake and bake. Damn. Joe Burrow is nasty, man. Like, that's the thing. Like, both Burrow and Mahomes are just freaking filthy. I would so be able to root and appreciate Pat Mahomes so much more if it wasn't for his brother is just such a douchebag. Like that's the only thing I don't like about Patrick Mahomes. I like his effort, I like his style, I like his decisions, but his brother is such a colossal douchebag that I can't root for him just for that alone. Like that is the only reason why I cannot root for Pat Mahomes. Oh. Damn. Can't believe you got a hand on that. All right, 3rd and 3. Here comes another 40-yard bomb. I hope the Super Bowl isn't a blowout. Honestly, normally I don't hope the Super Bowl being he didn't get a hand on. He got a hit his head. Anyway, I'm fine with the Super Bowl being a blowout if my team is in it. That's like I said when I made that video with the paper bag over my head of the Broncos Seahawks Super Bowl, where I was like, yeah, Seattle, you must have loved that Super Bowl, but that was the worst Super Bowl ever if you weren't a fan of Seattle. Well, yes, both his brother and his wife. His brother more so, though. Like I said, 3rd down, it's going to be a 40-yard bomb, interception. All right. Casey's got to take this momentum and run with it. You got to take this momentum and run with it. You can't just go 3 and out or anything like that. They got to put points on the board here. This is a complete momentum and potential mental shaking moment of the game. You got to make it hurt. All right. Hello, Justin Hayes. Joe Cool becoming hitting the circle button like that. Tom Brady could never. Let's go. I tweeted for this. LOL. I know it wasn't a personal stream, but good to be here. It's good to have you here, Vic number 7. If the Super Bowl is a blowout, I hope Arch makes another video with a paper bag on his head. Oh, see that? I should do it if the Eagles win in a blowout fashion. I should do it like with a paper bag over my head, just to change things up. It'll be like best worst Super Bowl ever. I'll be like, that was the worst Super Bowl for America to see, but my team won it, so that was the best worst Super Bowl ever. Yeah, that's a good point, Detroit Pistons. That was pretty much as good as a punt. That is, you know what? That is an optimistic way of looking at throwing a pick. It's either you take a chance and it falls short, and then you punt the ball, or you take a chance it gets intercepted at the spot where you would have punted the ball anyway. You know, I like you're thinking there. I've never really looked at a long interception like that on a 3rd down, but you're right. That is that might actually have been better field position than what they would have gotten a punt. Good, very, very good point. Detroit Pistons Final Fantasy 7. That was my favorite part of Final Fantasy 7 was the segment with the Detroit Pistons when they found out Isaiah Thomas worked with Sephiroth to do things and stuff. And okay, yeah, let's not do this in the Final Fantasy discussion. Will you eat another cheesesteak if the Eagles win? No, because I made a bet this year saying if the Eagles went undefeated, I forget the number of cheesesteaks. I bet with someone at work. So if Eagles go undefeated and win the Super Bowl, I'll eat. It was like 4 cheesesteaks or something like that. It's crazy because they might have been something that they fell 2 wins shy of. Or 3 wins shy of. I like to forget that New Orleans game ever existed. Yeah, this fourth quarter just seemed to have like flown along. Oh, that's a terrible time to miss a tackle. That was rather unfortunate. I remember your Philly cheesesteak video you did. Archfiend is a man of his word. Yep. I made that bet when I was in college when Donovan McNabb was a quarterback. It was in 2000. I made that bet. Kept my word. All right. Still not in give me field goal range or anything like that. But they got to get points on this drive. And oh my gosh, they lost yardage. Kansas City, come on. Oh, Bengals need to pull a rabbit out of their hat right now. Yeah, but if they take their helmet off and pull a rabbit out, they're going to get a penalty for taking their helmet off. That's not a good idea. Plus, I don't know what the penalty for bringing a live animal onto the field is. That could be another 15 yards. Oh, wow. Jeez. Like, how did Holmes not? Coverage must have really been locked up, man. Just a one run, just take another tackle. Like you've made it through this game relatively unscathed. Like, you just can't be having Pat Mahomes taking these late hits here, these late game hits. God, this is third down of the game for the Bengals. Oh, what's the penalty gonna be? I say turn the penalty down. Yeah. Fourth and short or third and long? Oh, Jesus. This game. Oh my gosh. Bengals need to. Oh, I read that. Justin Hayes. Would you rather have the Eagles win against KC or Cincinnati? Against KC. Like I said earlier, there's just a bigger storyline with an ex-coach and the Kelsey brothers playing each other. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, Vic, how you'd rather face KC with Mahomes injured and lack of outside weapons, but this guy still finds ways to kill you. Look at that, man. Since he held him to a punt. That turnover ended up being nothing. Man, that is a huge stop for Kansas City, and they have plenty of time left and 2 timeouts and the 2-minute warning to go downfield. Wow. This could be, oh my God, we could be seeing Joe Burrow with another game-winning drive late against KC. Are you kidding me? Let's see if it actually happens. Okay. When the Cowboys got eliminated from playoff contention in 2019, I laughed so hard it hurt. I laugh every year they get eliminated, which means I laugh every year. Every remote should come with a Romo mute button. I like Tony Romo. I think he does a fine job. I'm not worried about the Bengals. They can't handle our defensive line. Yeah, or the Chiefs. Yeah, it's not to say I'm not worried about either team, but I was much more worried about facing San Francisco than I was facing the Chiefs or the Bengals. I'll tell you that much. And we saw what the Eagles did to that defense today. He's going to get it off. Hike it. Come on. No. Jesus. Anyway. And before Owens cry, that's my quarterback. Yeah, that was one of the greatest. That and the Cincinnati extra point or the field goal bobble. Or it's a Cincinnati met Seattle. Yeah, I need to get an AJ Brown jersey ASAP. Good luck finding one. Thoughts on WWE and Royal Rumble? I didn't watch a second of it and could care less about WWE. I could not care less about WWE. Romo is a better commentator than he ever was a quarterback. Well, that's not much of a bar to surpass. I'm just kidding. Tony Romo was a very excellent quarterback. I think he gets unfair shade thrown on him just for being a player on the Evil Empire. Reddick or AJ Brown for best pickup this year? Woo. Hassan Reddick is a beast, but AJ Brown. See, the thing about AJ Brown is AJ Brown makes Devonta Smith that much better because you only have like your best cover guy can't cover both wide receivers. And it's like with Hassan Reddick, he can just, he can switch sides if he wants to rush in at a different angle or whatever. That's tough. That's tough because while I think like statistically for their position, Hassan Reddick clearly has better numbers comparatively than AJ Brown has for a wide receiver. I think AJ Brown hurts his job a lot easier. But then again, so does Hassan Reddick if he's getting the other team to punt the ball back more often. That's tough. I'd have to lean to AJ because again, I don't think Devonta Smith he still looks good, but he doesn't look near as good when you have two stud number ones lined up on either side of the field running down the field. All right, I need to focus on this. This is a 2-minute potential final game-winning drive for Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati no longer Bungles. Oh, God, I was saying, whoa, with the leading the ball out in front of your hands. Let's relax with that. Woo. All right. Do we think this game is going to overtime, people? We get to enjoy the new overtime rules. It's funny that they made like these changes to the overtime rules and whatnot, and this is like the 1 year where we haven't had one single overtime game yet. Have we? No. For some reason, I thought the Jags game went to overtime. But then I remember that Doug went for that 2-point conversion. Anyway. Oh, boy. This great game brought to you by Butterfinger. See, who do we play? CJ Gardner-Johnson or Hargrave? Either one. Oh, man. Let me see that again. Hold on a second. Let me see that again. Yeah. All right. That's a hell of a time to pull out an intentional grounding, Burrow. Shit, man. The Stone Cold Steve Austin, 3rd and 16. Stone Cold Steve Austin, 3rd and 16 says, I just first downed your ass. Man, I was expecting like fireworks and shit on this drive, and this is going to be a wet fart 3 and done. 3 and out. Give the ball back to KC with plenty of time left, and they have 2 timeouts. Oh no, I just realized the clock is still winding. Shit. Oh my. How is he so wide open? He was more wide open than my wife's legs on my wedding night. You guys see how expensive eggs are lately? Eggs are so damn expensive. Just wanted to bring that up. Eggs are going to be like in security cases soon. Like they're going to have like the little things that like set off the alarm on the way out the door on them. Did you guys hear the latest rumor about butter? Like forget about the eggs. Did you hear the latest rumor about butter? Well, I'm not going to spread it. Actually, I think I heard Dan Arlovsky say that joke the other morning. I mean that fact about the butter. It's a rumor, but I'm not going to spread it. Wow. Okay. Let's catch our breath. All right. Quick look at the chat. Do I like WWE? UFC, I meant. Yes, I like UFC. Since he's been making plays like that all game. The 4 and 6 early was huge. Yes. Steal a cartoon, you have to crack a few eggs. Am I right? I remember this one time when I was young, I got arrested for having 23 beers. But then the judge said they didn't have a full case. What is Cincinnati doing right now? What is Cincinnati like? I'm not even in the mood to tell any more dad jokes. Damn it, Joe. What was that? We're going to overtime, people. Joe ruined the energy of my beer joke. All right, let's do overtime, boys and girls, if there's any out there. I don't mind stealing eggs from the mouths of decadence. Watch this be a fake. Come on, Stone Cold Steve Austin, 4th and 16, says, I just fake punted your ass. Oh my God, it's a fake! They got it! First down! Just curious to see if there's anyone that's actually not watching the game that's watching the live stream. Well, that's a poor time to have bad special teams tackling. All right, bring on the Chiefs. Bring on the Chiefs. Andy Reid versus the can we just try and comprehend that for a second? Andy Reid versus the Eagles in a Super Bowl. Like, what? Are we kidding? Is this seriously going to happen? I mean, 30 seconds and a timeout for Patrick Mahomes? He'll probably get like 3 touchdowns before this game is over. Piece of cake. Andy Reid, welcome back. Not that they're coming to Philadelphia, but all right, bring on the Chiefs. Let's go. Just kick it right from there. You're good. You got about 75 yards in your foot, right? I have a feeling that they're going to get well into field goal range, and this guy is going to miss it. Early Archfiend prediction of how this regulation time is going to end. How on God's green earth is your YouTube live stream half a minute ahead of my Paramount Plus? Oh, what did I fool you into thinking that they got the first down? Oh, I got a couple of you. Apparently, my feed is ahead of you guys. In reality, sorry. Okay, need to focus. I need to focus here. Mahomes throwing the long bomb. Touchdown, Travis Kelce! Are you kidding me? How are you going to leave him uncovered in the end zone? Anyways, bring on the Chiefs. I knew it was going to end in a touchdown. I knew it. You leave Travis Kelce wide open in the end zone like that. Everyone's feet catch up. No, they're actually going to get a touchdown. I'm going to say something about it. No one's going to believe me. Oh, that is going to be yards tacked on. Oh man, this is the same shit that happened to Jalen Hurts in the 4th quarter. God, he might even be more shook up on that. You know, I don't root for players to get injured, but if number 58 is actually hurt for doing that play, that's a bit deserved. If you're going to do a stupid... Yeah, he cracks his back hard on the bench, too. And he hits some, trainer or something. Man, what a scrub. Well out of bounds. And look at that. Even there's a guy in Cincinnati going, what are you doing? Oh, are you hurt on that play, 58? Oh, that's too bad. That's awful. Let's all have a moment of silence for 58. Okay, moment over. Oh, that's awful. I can just imagine the things that the Cincinnati crowd is yelling at him right now. All right, anyways, he's going to miss this field goal. Yep, the Bungles are bungling, pretty much. All right, get the stupid timeout out of the way, Cincinnati. Freeze the kicker, blah, blah, blah. They didn't try and freeze him. He missed it! Just kidding, he got it. Bring on the Chiefs! Let's go! Bring on the Chiefs. Come on, Andy Reid. Let's go. Let's go right now. Come on, you Mormon piece of shit. Let's go. Damn, Macaulay Culkin finally lost to the Chiefs. Yo, let's go, Travis Kelce. Let's go. That honestly, that would have been good whether that penalty happened or not. Let's be real. Look at the punter kicker love hug. All right, Eagles fans, everyone else, how we feeling? Eagles versus Chiefs. How we feeling? I'm curious. Let's go. Let's effing go. I'm curious. What do you think the line is going to start out at? Because it might fluctuate a point or two here and there. What do you think the line is going to start out at? Like, do you think the Eagles are going to be favored? I personally, my guess is the Eagles are going to be favored by 2 points. Let's go. Kansas City versus. I can't even comprehend this, man. Andy Reid versus the Eagles. Andy Reid against his old team, the Kelsey brothers. Shit. Oh, better luck next year, Cincinnati. Anyways. Man, Andy Reid versus the Eagles, man. Shit. I can do that. You think Mahomes is going to be Chiefs 3 points favorites because of Mahomes? I thought that too, but you gotta realize the Bengals opened up as a 2-point favorite over the Chiefs last week. So I don't think the Mahomes being injured or the Mahomes being in the game factors that much. I think the Eagles are going to open up. We're going to find out soon because there's going to be early lines that come out almost immediately. Joe Burrow choked big time. Yeah, Joe Burrow did come up pretty small in the end there. He made some big plays, but he came up pretty small too. I'm liking Philly's chances. Do I think Cincinnati will win the Super Bowl next year? I mean, anything is going to be between now and then. This is going to be a good Super Bowl. I hope so. Man. All right, let's see what Kermit has to say. I hope she asks him, what do you feel about facing the Eagles? And he just goes catatonic and just starts pissing himself. You know, not for nothing, but Patrick Mahomes is probably going to be going on as the next greatest of all time, whether he surpasses Brady or not. But how crazy would it be if the Eagles beat the GOAT and the next GOAT in a Super Bowl? Just throwing that out there. I'm just saying. God, that is crazy. The 2 number 1 seeds, again, the NFL showing that their system works better than everyone else's. It's the way it should be. It should be 2 number 1 seeds that make it through the playoff format. All right. This is going to be a good Super Bowl. I like Philly's chances. Both Kelsey brothers have won the Super Bowl before. Yes, thank you. If the Eagles lose to KC, I'm buying a red hat and a Motorola headset. This time I actually want Mahomes to be running for his life. Yeah. God, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself in optimism, but I'm just like, I do not fear Kansas City's front 4 anywhere near as much as I feared San Francisco's. And I like Philly's defensive front 4 a lot more than Cincinnati. So I'm like, what the hell is Mahomes going to be able to do on one leg? Man, that pass rush from Philly. I do not see how this opens up. Like, the betting can trend to wherever. I do not see how they can say that on paper, the Kansas City is the better team than Philadelphia. I mean, I know you have to factor in the fact that Mahomes is on one leg. I cannot see how he's going to do much of anything with that pass rush. But again, wonky things happen in the Super Bowl. 2 weeks is a bit of a good amount of healing time from now as well. I'm trying not to get too overconfident because, man, I'm comparing Cincinnati to San Francisco. And obviously, San Francisco lost their quarterback today and had the 5th string quarterback in. I understand that. But God, defensively, man, they put up 31 points on San Francisco today. Like, I can't escape that. It's not like they threw all over them. It's not they did much yardage even running, but they scored on them. They shook them. They shook a team that is so freaking solid. Man, I don't want to act like this game's already over, but man, my optimism is high for the Eagles. Much higher than it was going into the San Francisco game. Much higher. Shit. This is going to be an extremely interesting Super Bowl. Wonder how serious Jalen's shoulder is. You know what? That is a really good point, man, because we haven't really seen it go full all-out tested. But even with that being said, it's like, okay, just do moderate passing and kill them with the run game too. Like, there's so many ways that Philadelphia offense can kill you. And on top of that, Jalen's instincts to take off with the ball, which he showed today, are still on point. Like, dare I say, I'm not even that much concerned if he's not that good with the deep ball because of his shoulder. This is a weird place because I've never been confident going into an Eagles Super Bowl. All right. Well, we'll match up well against KC. Arizona coming in with the combo breaker. San Fran pretending like they had a spontaneous injuries today. It was like Eagles D's took them out. I could see KC getting crushed. I mean, it's still Pat Mahomes, man. If it was any other quarterback that, wasn't up for the moment, but I've seen this guy shine before, and like, again, I hate his brother, but he's by far the leading candidate to be the next best thing in the league, the next GOAT. All right, man. Shit. Yeah, I like Philly's chances, but the Eagles will have to play for 60 minutes. That's for sure. But then again, I thought the Eagles had to play. Like, I see things like that, and I go, I hear you, I agree. But then I was the one who's saying, like, man, it's going to be a neck and neck slugfest. It's going to go all the way through the fourth quarter with San Francisco. Again, might have been different if Purdy was in the game, but I still see the San Francisco defense being the biggest detriment to that game today. Yeah, man, Patrick Mahomes still went 29 for 43 with 326 and 2 touchdowns on one leg. Like, no, I didn't watch the Royal Rumble last night. WWE sucks donkey dick and likes it. And not that there's anything wrong with that. Well, it kind of is, but yeah. Jalen's the next GOAT. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. You think this team is better than 2017? I know they won the Super Bowl, but how do you think they stack up? I mean, how can you not say they're not better than 2017? The defense is better, and there's a better quarterback. Like, granted, Nick Foles played in 2 of the biggest back-to-back games in NFL playoff history in the NFC Championship and Super Bowl. But if anyone's going to say with a straight face that Nick Foles is a better quarterback than Jalen Foles, that I got a bridge to sell you in Brooklyn. Yeah, I think this team's better than 2017. And yeah, I don't think they're playing the Patriots. And Pat Mahomes is going to be on 1 foot. Why it just be like another popcorn fart of a game where, like, Patrick Mahomes gets his ankle agitated, like, right away in the first quarter, just like how you saw with Brock Purdy get shoved out, and it ends up being like 31-7, another stinker of a Super Bowl, and Archfiend's still happy. Anyways, let it happen. Let it happen. That's why they play the game. I'm not going to sit here and be stunned if the Chiefs win. Oh man, this is just surreal that Andy Reid is facing the Eagles in a Super Bowl. Like, I can't get past that. Like, I know people are going to dwell on the Kelsey thing, but man, I'm someone who watched every single game of Andy Reid's career here in Philadelphia. I have a lot of fond memories of him. And to think that I'm watching him face now the Eagles in the Super Bowl. Shit. Man. And on top of that, I can't even get past the fact. Thank you, Johnny718 Bravo, for the $2 donation to the Archfiend Baby Diaper Fund. Congrats to the Eagles. I agree with you. Yeah, I just can't even believe the Eagles are in the Super Bowl, honestly. They went 1 and done against the Buccaneers last year in the playoffs, and they came back like gangbusters. Jalen Hurts has lost 1 game all season. He's 15-1 this year. Like, how even? Why is Andy Reid's wife dressed like a middle-aged Russian woman? Is she Russian? I honestly don't know. But anyway. Uh-oh. I see he's as charismatic as he's ever been. Well, that's going to put Andy Reid winning another Super Bowl. That puts him up in the elite group of all-time coaches. Because right now, he has one of the best winning percentages, and he's probably going to go down. I mean, who knows where he's going to finish in the all-time list. He's going to I think isn't he number 4 now for all-time wins in the NFL? But anyway, getting that second Super Bowl win really puts him up in the and I'm not an Andy Reid hater. As someone in Philadelphia, his time was up and he had to go. I understand that, but man, there was so many damn seasons that any franchise would trade the run that Andy Reid gave Philadelphia for. Because at least you went into the season saying, like, damn, this team stands a chance again. Multiple NFC championships, get into a Super Bowl. They getting to this night's game multiple times. Got there 4 years in a row at one point. Made the Cowboys irrelevant for like a good solid decade. Look how they make it look like they're facing each other. Like the guys won't be on the field at the same time. They both play for the offense. All right, well, man, we gotta get ready for the next Kelsey Brothers podcast because that's gonna be a gem. I hope they just trash talk the shit out of each other, and they keep that volume till the Super Bowl. I hope let's see if he trash talks his brother here. That'll be telling. He tries to be his brother as good as he can. He tries. Yeah. Whew. Not to get ahead of ourselves, but man, what would Jason wear to the parade if he won again in the Super Bowl? Anyways, pump the brakes. Got to get through the game first. All right. Wrapping it up here, guys. Thank you for coming out. Let me just in the chat here. Blah, blah, blah. If Sirianni wins, that would be insane. Like, what would be insane is the fact that Howie Roseman brought 2 different coaches in, and both coaches won a Super Bowl in their second year on the team. Like, that's the even more insane thing about it. And as an LSU Burrow fan, please beat up the Chiefs for us. We will try. We'll give Andy Reid his first loss against us. That's true. We have not beat Andy Reid yet. Chiefs, this is awesome. Couldn't imagine being in the Super Bowl playing against my own brother. In hockey, half the time they act like it has like it has plague. That would be a G, not a Q. Can this Eagles team beat the Chiefs? They can. I mean, anyone. It's any given Sunday for a reason. But anyway, thanks for the stream, March. You're welcome. How do you think Carson Wentz is feeling right now? He's fine. He's got a hot wife. He's got 2 kids. I think he's got 2. I think he had a second kid. But he's got millions of dollars. At the end of the day, would big of a competitor I would be. I'd be happy with everything Carson Wentz has right now. Thank you, guys. As always, can you just please tell me to close the stream out here? Who is in the Super Bowl? Everyone just please let me know, because I don't know if I don't know if I remember. If someone in the chat could chime in and tell me who is in the Super Bowl this year. Oh, Vic, Vic, number 7, CNJ Dev, Zombie X Hunter 115. Of course, what did they all say? You're damn right, not the Cowboys. And it's going to stay that way for years to come. Good night, everyone. Thanks for coming. Peace.